Country Club Safari. We're watching somebody over there selling, I think, snacks. I don't know what kind of snack. What is that? I don't know. It's like an open air little wannabe restaurant over there. Anyway, I'm here. Today I want to talk about prices, okay, in general. Hi guys, hi, how are you? Very hot. I just drank a cup of coffee and I don't have an ice cold beer now, so really hot as you can imagine. I want to quickly talk about prices, okay, very quick. Keep in mind, around about $1 US, we just use that as a measure. $1 now, 50 pesos, 50 Filipino peso, okay, is $1, 1 to 50, okay, keep it in mind. I'm going to quote all the prices in peso. So let's look at, if you want to go shopping here, we usually go to the fresh fruit, fresh markets. You can buy fish, fruits, vegetables, and rice and stuff like that here at the markets not far away. So let's say fruit, okay. Basically, or just remember that everything is seasonal. That means in a high season, or in a, you know, when the fruit is in season, prices are, hey, oh, no, okay. When the fruit's in season, then the prices are low because there's a lot of these fruits. So when these fruits are out of season, then the prices are higher because there are fewer of these fruits, okay? That's the logic. So we look at more or less average. Pineapples, what I also find is that the larger the fruit, the bigger the fruit, the cheaper is the price per kilo. For example, watermelon, jackfruit, these are huge. Jackfruit can be like huge, right? Or a watermelon, for example, they are like cheap per kilo. They will weigh the whole thing. So if it's 5 kilograms, maybe you'll pay 100 pesos, so which is $2 US. So that's 20 pesos per kilo. 20 pesos. So remember now, $1 is 50 pesos. So 20 pesos will give you 40 cents US or something like that. My math's not great. So anyway, there you go. So pineapple is about the same, 20 peso. Coconuts basically is free. You know, I mean, you can see here. Okay, these are banana trees. You can also find bananas in season, and there's coconuts everywhere, all around. Basically, the idea is if you cannot climb it to get the coconut, you have to pay somebody maybe to go up there. So that's, you know, maybe 10 pesos a coconut, which is really good. Avocados, I love avocados, and they're around about, at the moment they're 50 pesos, $1 per kilo. Mangoes are a little bit more expensive depending on the season, from 50 to 100 pesos, $1 to $2. Jackfruit, I told you. Durians are in season. They're quite popular. I don't know the price exactly. Bananas, the Filipinos go bananas over bananas, so they have different gradings of bananas. I'm very confused about the bananas because they will have 3 different bunches of banana, one next to each other. The one will be 15, the other one will be 30, one will be 50, the other will be 80. But to me, they all look the same. But the Filipinos can differentiate between them. So bananas, don't ask me. Vegetables, cucumbers. Basically, here again, cucumber, Chinese cabbage, carrot, potatoes, bitter gourds, onion, tomatoes, pepper, beans, and there's some local green stuff that they eat. Basically, the average price here would be like 50 peso per kilo, like $1 per kilo, more or less. Some are cheaper, 20, 30, 40, 45 pesos. Some are a little bit more, 60, 70, 80 pesos. So, you know, again, $1 to $2 for vegetables. Meats, you know, how do they say? Man must eat meat, right? Pork is the most popular meat. Pork. So pork is everywhere, fresh. Which it's no, I'm getting used to it. You know, in South Africa we almost never eat pork. Honestly, in my life in Africa, I can only remember a few times. But here in the Philippines, all the time. And they can be very good if they barbecue it, liempo style, very good. Pork is around 160, so let's say $3, $3.50 per kilo. Beef and buffalo is basically the same. The water buffalo, that's kind of like more expensive. That's like 250, 300 peso, I think. which is like $5 to $6 per kilo. Then the chicken is about 120 peso, $2 and something cent. Fish is very good. Seafood is excellent here. Tuna is just like $3 per kilogram. You can buy huge fish, fresh every day. Tuna, different kinds of sea fish, swordfish, whatever. Then I also have the local milk fish, kind of, but that's more a freshwater fish, a lot of bones. I don't like it. I think it's also like $2 a kilo. Squid and calamares, around about $2–3 per kilo. Shrimps, you get the giant shrimps, which is huge shrimps. They're more expensive. They are probably like $300–400 per kilo. The huge, gigantic shrimps. The lobster the same, you have the shitty lobster, literally and figuratively, and then you have the really good deep water lobsters. So the prices can be like from 800 to 1,000 pesos or something, if you're at the restaurant or wherever. Okay, so which is 800 pesos would be like let's say $10 to $20 per kilo. Grains, if you're a grain eater, and I don't really eat much rice, but white rice is the big favorite here in the Philippines. Everybody eats white rice, very unhealthy. I don't recommend you touch it, but it's like 40 to 50 per kilo, which is like almost $1. Then you have the better rice, which is brown rice, red rice, black rice, which is all paradoxically more expensive than white rice. They are like maybe 60 pesos, 70 pesos per kilo, which is a little bit more than $1. I like the maize. Maize is basically corn. Corn, I think, it's called corn in the States. It's ground corn. You make a porridge. In Africa, we call it pap, mili pap. Very good. The Africans love it. We eat it every day. Maize meal. That's cheap. That's really cheap. 25 peso, 50 cents US, and that can be your staple, and that's much healthier than rice. Okay, I highly recommend maize. In the Philippines, they call it maize. Maize. Africa is maize. Then the oils, you have like cooking oils of all the various kinds. Coconut oil, very healthy. Here you can find coconut oil, which is not very expensive. It's around about maybe $4 a kilo. Olive oils, you can find it. It's not so cheap. Then you can find things like nuts, peanuts, which is about 100 peso per kilo. $2. Then I recommend you can eat avocado seeds. Bake it in the oven. Very good to eat, very good for your stomach. And also jackfruit seed. Wow, that really settles your stomach. Then stuff like salt, pepper, and so on. It's cheap. Sugar, I don't recommend sugar, but you can get healthier sugar like coconut sugar and healthier sugars. It's also available. It's not so expensive at all. Coffee is excellent here in Mindanao. We have a lot of coffee. We produce coffee even in Tagbina here. It's like it can be quite cheap, like $3 for a half kilo. So that's like 300 pesos or $6 for 1 kilogram coffee. Good coffee, fresh. Teas, you can find green teas, Chinese teas. It's quite okay. Beer and booze. The only beer you really want to talk about here is San Miguel Pilsen, which is very drinkable, which is the one I like. Is around about 30 in a shop. In a bar, of course, it's different. 30 pesos for a small bottle, 340 milliliter. The Red Horse is similar. It's stronger. I don't like the taste of Red Horse. It's a little bit stronger than San Miguel, but I don't like the taste at all. It tastes weird. Filipinos like it. The best beer here is the Negra, San Miguel Negra, which is a black beer, dark beer, very good. Slightly more expensive, like 40 peso per bottle if you buy in the shop. They also have a wit beer now, like a Belgium style white beer, which is around about the same as the black beer. It's quite good. Rum, brandy, rum and brandy is very cheap. You can get excellent rum, excellent brandy, 5 years, 10 years in a cask for so cheap, like $3 a bottle. Although they're really good brandies, maybe you're gonna look at maybe $6, $7, or maybe even 10. Tequila you can find, not bad tequila, is around about $6 a bottle for the good ones. Locally produced tequila. Gin, Baileys, very nice, good quality, also around $4 or $5 per bottle. Gin. No, it's harder to find the tonic though. I like gin and tonic, but I can mix it. I boil ginger in water, and then I add the water to the gin. That tastes quite good. Vodka I drink straight, put it in the freezer. Vodka I can get for like $2.50 a bottle, $2 to $3. Maybe you can get imported vodkas, of course, much more expensive, up to $6, $10, $20 like that. But the local vodka very drinkable. Put it in the freezer, drink straight up with water. Wines, there is wines around. Nowadays I can find South African wine. Really, a lot of South African wine, very reasonably priced for the quality, very good. Spanish wines, you can get really drinkable, good quality Spanish wine for around about $3 a bottle. South African wines, maybe a little bit more expensive, $4 to $5 a bottle, but still very good. Then your miscellaneous stuff like electricity, water, that stuff. Okay, this is important. If you have an air conditioner or two air conditioners, God forbid, and you live in a concrete box in a high-rise somewhere in Cebu or Manila or in a big city, then you're probably going to run your air conditioning 24 hours. You're going to be sweating like a pig. Now you see here, basically this is open air. We don't have any, inside we have a fan in the room, but we only need the fan at night. It cools down at night. It's very nice and fresh. You don't need any aircon. Great, and it saves you a shitload of money. If you have an aircon running and if you have an apartment, you can probably have two aircons. I think you're going to spend, I don't know, but I can imagine 5,000 easily pesos. So, you know, that's a big expense. Water, our electricity here, which is a running restaurant and guest rooms and stuff, is around about 2,500 pesos. We have freezers and stuff. So it's not bad. And then you have gas for cooking, which we also spend about 1,500 because we cook a lot for the guests, as you can imagine, all day long. So you probably will only use one bottle of gas a month if you cook a lot, and then that will be like 600-700 pesos. If you live in a nice place that breathes, maybe made of bamboo and wood, then you don't need an aircon. Then you can save 5,000 to 10,000 pesos as well with a fan, only fans running. So yeah, you have to really consider that. Petrol for your motorbike. I recommend you buy a motorbike. You can buy a motorbike over 1, 2, 3 years if you have a girlfriend here. You can sign on a dotted line, and you can pay. Otherwise, you pay cash. You can get really good motorbike secondhand. Then you can take over somebody else's bike who couldn't keep on paying. All the shops have them. It's called repossessed bikes. Some of them are really good quality. They already pay deposit. You just keep on paying the installments. Otherwise, you can buy cash. You can buy a brand new bike. The Chinese are bringing in a lot of motorbikes. A lot of them are good quality. Motorstar, I recommend, is good. There are a few other brands here. And more new ones coming in every day. So get a little bike. Second-hand, I think, is good enough from other foreigners. Or don't buy from the locals. Buy from other foreigners only. Or repossessed. Make sure you check it out carefully. If you're going to buy petrol, is like 35 pesos, 35 pesos, so it's like 60 cents US or something per liter. Not too bad. You're gonna need the fridge probably. If you want a TV, you can, I bought a Chinese model, very good model, still working very well. 14,000. You can get it for like 12, maybe 10 to 15 for a big screen, 44-inch. Then fridge, we got a big freezer for like 20,000. And a smaller freezer, a big fridge. All of these things, if you have a girlfriend, you can pay it off. You go to the Robinson electronics shop, and you just buy like whatever you want, and you pay it off over 2 years, 3 years, or 1 year, and it's quite affordable. The same with a vehicle. If you want to buy a refurbished Toyota little pickup truck or whatever, or a van, it can cost you as little as 150,000 to 200,000 refurbished, brand new, with brand new seats and body and everything. traveling inside the Philippines is very cheap. Boats, ships is really reasonable. You can get cabin or open air on a deck, cheap. It's like from here to Cebu is 700 pesos, open air, which is $10, $12, $14. If you want to have a cabin with aircon and all the goodies, maybe pay double. So there you go. The planes are really cheap. You have a lot of low-cost airlines here. You can get cheap, like 2,000 peso almost anywhere in the Philippines, which is like 2,000, 20, 30, $40. You can basically fly anywhere in the Philippines. Okay, then we come to what else? Yeah, those are, oh, and the last final cost that is kind of important is your visa. Stay here in the Philippines, you need a visa. So the visa, typically what most people do is they extend every 2 months. I paid the last time 1,830 for 2 months. So that's 900 per month, which comes to 10, 14, 15, let's say $15 a month for your visa. You can also get the 6 months after a certain period. I think you get discount on that. If you pay 6 months, maybe it's quite a bit cheaper. Maybe a little bit cheaper. Anyway, so there you go. I hope this will help you guys. If you have any other questions about pricing, then ask me. Okay? Yeah, I just want you to know. You know, so if you just live, you have your own little place. You make sure you don't have aircon. You have a nice place that's not in the city, not too hot and bothered and busy, and you have a little bike, and you just keep your costs down. I would say you can live for, if you don't have, you know, the rents is another big thing. If you live in a kind of foreign ghetto, touristy area, then your rents are, you're looking at 1-bedroom apartments for 15, 20, 25,000. So you can see, if you have a, let's say you have an apartment for 15, then you need aircon because it's hot, because it's concrete. Then you have, you know, with your all that, then you're looking at 25,000 just for your living. Then not including food and beer. If you have a girlfriend, so you know, then you're looking at about 50, 60,000 a month. If you live in a touristy area with a girlfriend and you're renting, so you know, you can see for yourself. Let's say, make it simple, 50,000 a month times 10. You stay 10 months times 50,000 gives you 500,000. Now, if you take that 10 months rent and stuff that you're going to pay, then you put that directly down. You can buy a nice patch of land for 100,000 pesos. Then you build your own house for maybe another couple of 100,000. So instead of paying 1 year rent, you know, you can buy a patch of land, build it up, whatever you want on that. Then you can furnish it with your basic furniture and buy it back. And that's going to be your 1 year's rent that you're going to pay with your aircon and all that shit. So think about that. 1 year's rent, you can be, you know, you can have an asset for the next 10 years. And then every year you're going to save a shitload of money. Every year you save that 500,000-600,000 to a million pesos that you can easily spend, 500 to a million pesos a year on rent and the living cost that's inherent in that lifestyle. So think about that, huh? Think about that. Yeah. So if you can save 500,000 per year over 10 years, that's 5 million pesos. No, it's more. It's more. So yeah, 10 years, 5 million pesos. You can put in your own pocket. You can do a lot with 5 million pesos. You can go traveling to other countries, whatever. You can build a big business, a nice business, and so on. Okay, just you have to calculate. Okay. Okay, shop guys. I hope this helps. Okay. Cheers. I'm out.